what's good, y'all, and welcome to my review of this week's episode of the Junji collection. I gotta say, great shit from this week. I can tell you this is probably the best episode we've gotten since, I want to say, the second one. I want to say that was the episode, yeah, I think it was the second one where we had those two fantastic short stories about, the one about dreaming and the fear of death. That was my favorite. So, next, guys, right before I begin talking about this episode, one thing, there's a few announcements I want to make. Guys, apologies, but I will not be streaming this week, just so I can finish, because I got one of my top 10s recorded. I'm going to edit that video and upload it, and I still got the scripts. I got the script of one of the mystery videos that I'm currently working on. I barely started on it, but I kind of like the outline of what I want to say in that video. I'm also just putting it to paper. Yeah, but then in that video, I'm gonna try to get that video out. I want to try and get it out before, the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, the ceremony itself begins, which will kind of give you guys a hint of what's about. If you know, that's probably a hint. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be working on that video in the top 10, or at least trying, so I won't be streaming this week. You probably won't get a movie review this week either, because nothing's playing other than 50 Shades, and I doubt I'm honestly going to go watch that. And who knows, I might. Just to be like, you know what? I saw the first one. Fuck it. Let's watch the last one, see how bad this is. Anyway, but I got a bunch of reaction videos guys planned, so I'm going to try to get some of these out today. I got reactions for Han Solo, the Han Solo trailer, Avengers Infinity War trailer, the TV spot we got, Mission Impossible 6, Jurassic World 2, what else? Oh yeah, and a bunch of trailers, because a bunch of trailers actually just released for Persona 5, Dancing Star Night, Persona 3, Dancing Moon Knight. Like 2 trailers dropped for those 2 games, so I'll be reacting to those as well. Batman vs. Black Panther, I'll react to that one too, because, I love Batman, I love Black Panther, so I'll watch that. I'll react to that as well. And I will also be reacting to one of the deleted scenes that were actually just released on YouTube from Sci-Fi of Superman. He actually, with the black suit. Like, yes, the black suit was actually in the movie, it was just cut, so I'll be reacting to that because I'm very curious how it looks, and see how it was integrated in the plot. So I'll be reacting to all those videos. I'll try to get through as many as I can today, and the rest will be uploaded tomorrow, or I'll work on tomorrow. So with that being said, let's begin. So the first short story, I forget, I believe it was something Window, and it actually has a recurring character in this one, being the Hiroshi, which you guys might remember. I believe he was the protagonist in the first the first short story in episode 3, or maybe it was the second one. I believe he was in one of the short stories, because I'm pretty sure I recognize him, because I believe he was the one about the doctor. The one about, the doctor that has no pupils. I'm pretty sure he was in that one. I think it was that episode. It might have been another one. I don't really completely remember. Anyway, so this short story, we start this episode off. It's him and his mother. They're pretty much just, they moved into this new place because, anybody would move after seeing that shit with a doctor. Goddamn. So, and she's just, greeting her neighbors, asking them, like, hey, with new neighbors, blah, 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 blah. The house to his right, which is the first house they go to, is actually, he comments about how creepy it looks, and it kind of does look really creepy, and there's, only one window on, Hideyoshi's, where his bed is, their windows are, next to each other. It's, kind of like, Peter and MJ's windows were next to each other, and, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, whatever. Anyway. So yeah, she kind of greets them. There's no one answer. She goes to the next neighbor and she asks them, hey, blah blah blah, take this. And she's like, hey, are these guys always hey, why is the door locked? Are they working or something? Honestly, I don't know. They rarely ever leave the house. So and then she talks about there's apparently a room that there's someone living there that she's very odd. Blah 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 blah. So, and then everyone else she's talking about this is Hiroshi's kind of eating his food real quick. I'm done. It's oh, you're done already? Yeah, I want to go straight in my room. Which, how many kids do you actually want to... How many kids do you guys actually want to clean your... I know this is Japan, not America, but still. Anyway, so then he goes to bed, and then we hear this creepy-ass woman saying, Gotcha, gotcha, which is Japanese for young man. Young man, are you sleeping? How are you today? Young man. I'm doing a creepy voice just to know what she sounds like, and also to scare you guys, creep you out a little bit. Since I'm uploading this video, I might as well get a good scare out of you guys and creep you out a little bit. Okay, I'm done screwing. Okay, I'm done with that. So, she's kind of like, then he opens the window, and you see this bitch, and this bitch is just straight and knocked me from like, get the fuck out of here, you foul demon, the power of Christ compels you! So she's like, come visit me sometime when the door is unlocked. And he's like, fuck this shit, closes the window, like, that was weird. So, then he goes back to bed, he wakes up, goes to school, he kind of like stops by the house, looks at it, and then just keeps on his way to school. So then we go back to him, he's sleeping, and then, the same thing happens, she say like, young man, how are you today? Are you asleep? So she guys is like, you didn't come over today. I had sweets for you. Are you awake? Mind if I come and see you instead? Young man. I don't know why I'm still doing the creepy voice, but whatever. Anyway, so then he kind of cracks open the window a little bit. Tries to see, she has like this pole. It's a laundry pole. I don't know exactly what a laundry pole does. It's rusted. She's like, I'm going to cross this. Like, yeah, she's gonna tightrope this shit. So then she's like, make sure to hold tight. So she puts it on his window. He's like, oh hell no, you ain't getting my damn house, bitch. Please. Pushes it out of the way. He's like, what the hell are you doing? So then he runs over to his parents, wakes up, tells them, hey, there's some creepy bitch outside. Like, I don't see anything. I don't see a laundry pole. You were probably just because, of course, the parents never believe the kid in these types of stories. So they don't believe him, and he just tells just go back to bed. So then it's morning. So then he does the same thing we happened earlier, where he goes to school, stops by the house again, looks left, then right, then back to left, then back to right, then back to left, then back to right, and then just leaves. Like, I was doing all that turn, I was like, are you gonna go inside, dude, or why are you looking around? So he ends up just going back. Then we go back to his bed. The same thing happens, she's like, well, we'll check, young man, how are you doing today, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so after that, so then he says like, "Oh, I'll come near you," and then she starts stretching her arms out, and she's like, trying to reach the door. Our dude gets out of bed, goes into a defensive position, like he act like almost like he has Cap's shield on him or something. So he kind of just, and he's like, it's still too far, but I'll come near you. Make sure you open the window when I knock. And so then it's morning again. Then we see it, and the house, the window from the house itself, actually stretch all the way to his window. Like, there's not that. It's like, if I had to guess, it was probably like maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 feet. If I had to guess, you could probably jump it. Like, honestly, if you got a decent running start, both windows are open, you could probably jump it and make and you would get inside the window. That's how close it was. If you got a decent running start, you could make the jump. And that's pretty much where the short story ends. And now we get to the second short story, which without doubt was the best part of the episode, as well as probably my second favorite short story behind the one about about dreams. That short story was so fucking good. So we start this episode off. It's this girl, Rico, I believe her name is. I believe it was Rico or Ryko, something along those lines. She is, she is having a nightmare of her father dying, and she's like, she's like sleeping next to her dad, I should say. And she like wakes her up. She's like, oh, peekaboo, I'm still alive, for now at least. She did actually say about, he's like, I will never die, I won't die, or like, at least not yet, you won't. So then she kind of like, she's crying, and she tells him like, go back to sleep, and then we see that she actually gets married, or she's like currently engaged to the guy, and she meets, and she kind of like, meets the new family, his name is Mikoto, yeah, Mikoto, something along those lines. Makoto, that's his name. So I was like, his name is similar to a Persona character, Makoto. So he got had to convince him because this is an upper class family. It's like, oh, you didn't marry who we wanted. Please, we're the ones that do. Okay, they're not that snobby, but it kind of seems like they're along the same lines as that. Anyway, so then she kind of just looks around the place. She kind of notices all of her other family members do live besides his parents and Makoto's sister. Sister, And there's also like his great grandparents, his great grandparents. He said like your great grandparents. How? Like how old is she? She's like, oh, she's 125. Like, god damn, she refuses to die. She's like knocking on death's door, but she's like Grim Reaper, not today. You ain't taking me today. No sir, no sirree. You ain't taking me today. So, then we see this funeral procession, and this is when the episode really starts to get good. And this funeral procession, there's like, of course, mourning the death of a family member. It's actually his grandfather is the one that they're mourning for this funeral. And then at the end of like the procession or the speech, his father tells them, okay, everyone, clap your hands together and imagine as hard as you can so we can bring back Grandpa. We can bring him back as if he was here. And then they all intensely concentrate, like they're summoning their chi, and the father's like, Dad, Dad. It's almost like he's like charging up his ki and screaming his head off like Goku. He's like, ah! So he's like, Dad. They're all praying intensely, like. So then the after image occurs, and his father is brought back, or his grandfather is semi-brought back to life. And so then Makoto kind of explains a little bit of like how every time a family member dies, they try intensely to bring that family member back as like an aftermath, so that they can get really say their true goodbyes and help them cope or mourn their death, and kind of like help them mourn a little bit better, and kind of let them die, I guess, on a little bit better terms, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it, but I think that's the best way I can explain it. And they said that they do with every family member that dies. And so they keep doing it a few other times, the funeral procession, and actually this actually when she notices that actually his sister, Makoto's sister, is too, and also what they read, the aftermath only lasts about 20 years before they fully vanish and disappear, and they truly go to the afterlife. But by that time, he said they've already mourned their death, said their final goodbyes, and I guess you can say gotten over it, I guess, or moved on from their passing. So where they're not, I guess, mourning as much, or I guess I not really know how to explain this properly. So then he notices that his sister, he can say his sister's a little bit transparent, and that's when she finds out that actually his sister too is transparent. And then since she keeps having nightmares about her father dying, because he's now like an old man now. He looks about his maybe about 60, maybe 70s. He visits the house a couple times. The guy tells him, hey, take good care of my daughter for me. It's like, of course I will. So then she asks him, Makoto, with all this stuff relating to, after images and kind of like, bringing back people from the dead, can she also revive, or like when Ryoko's father dies, can his family give her father an after image, because she's so scared for him dying with all the nightmares she's been getting. So then he kind of talks to family. There's like, no, there's no way. Why we're doing this just for her father or for her. And so she's kind of, then she kind of walks me like, I'm so sorry, how dare I ask such a selfish request. And that's around the length what she said. I'm not saying that was sarcasm, she legit say that. And then she goes crying in a corner, and then Makoto's sister shows up, and she's like, hey, why are you crying? Don't worry, my parents are nice, trust me. And that's actually when Ryoko starts to realize that she too is an after image as well. And then we kind of the backstory what happened to her. She died from an illness. I believe he said it was 10 years ago when that happened. So she was brought back so she was given an after image, and just because of life judge. Then we actually get this that little moment with her, Makoto's mom and his sister. They're kind of chatting. They're like, I will never get married, Mom. I'll stay with you forever. And she kind of starts tearing up a bit, and she's like, yeah, that's okay. You don't get married. I'll stay. You can stay with us forever. Nice little kind of tugging on the heartstrings a little bit kind of moment. And so then, after that, this is when the episode really starts to get good. And it has, like, this grand twist that's like, the Sixth Sense kind of twist. And the Sixth Sense kind of twist. And this is actually when the episode gets really good. So after that, we get, like, a little, like, she talks about, like, some of his other family members started vanishing. His great grandparents started to look a little bit funny, so they're going to be vanishing very soon. And then we have another him doing the funeral thing where they call forth an after image. So she's been doing this several times now, and that they have been married for 8 years. But their in-laws still act very distant towards them. So then she's like, maybe she isn't trying hard enough, and so she tries a little bit hard to get to them. Now, this is when the episode gets really good. So, she walks outside of the house. She jogs outside the house because she's going to give her, her husband forgot his lunch. So she's going to give it to him. But then, this is when the plot thickens. She sees him with another woman. And they start, and then he puts his arm around her. She drops the lunchbox. So yeah, this motherfucker will be cheating on her. But it's not technically cheating, for the reason I'm about to explain. So then she confronts him, obviously, about him cheating on her, and then it is revealed that he says, I want to marry her one day, and she's like, I don't want a divorce, and she's like, I'm not going to divorce you, I'm not going to divorce you, I will stay faithful for you, but I'm marrying her as well. So he's like, this dude's like, what, are you trying to start some harem, bro? Then it is revealed, this is like the Sixth Sense, where that she was dead from the very beginning, from the short story, because she died in like a car accident the day before they got married. So he begged and pleaded with his parents to give her an afterimage, which he did, and that's what short. So yeah, this is like the Sixth Sense up in here, where so that explains why they've been acting so distant towards her, because she's an afterimage. This is like the Sixth Sense up in here. Shyamalan level twist. Good on you, Junji Ito, that you over here that you can pull off a Shyamalan twist. So after that, that's pretty much with the short story. So after she reveals she wasn't cheating, after she feels like she has a huge weight off her shoulders, she ends up leaving the house and then going back to her father. And when we see her again, her father, she starts to be a little bit more trans. You can start to see it through her a little bit. So she is on the way fading. So and that's where the episode ends. Honestly, guys, this was a fantastic episode. The second best in the Junji Ito collection so far. I love this episode. So my final for this episode is a 10 out of 10. And one other thing before I end this video, guys. In case you're wondering, yes, I know at the Winter Olympics, with the Winter Olympics have actually started. I've yet to really sit down and watch any events. I've been busy with videos and such. I haven't got a chance to watch them. Yes, I know that for the figure skating for Team Japan, used a song from Yuri on Ice. Now, I don't blame them. It's Yuri on Ice, it's an ice skating anime, so it makes sense to use a song from it, but it better be History Maker, at least. Like I said, out of all the animes you picked that one, you couldn't use something from FMA, you couldn't use something from Gundam Seed, Iron Blood Orphans, Naruto, Bleach, you couldn't use any of those, you picked Yuri on Ice? Come on. SAO, come on. Anyway, and also, yes, I also did hear about Logan Paul getting fully demonetized by YouTube after what he did with tasing dead rats. I'm dead. I seriously tased dead rats. So the man has clearly learned jack shit from the dead body shit. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Discord if you feel like. Links to our description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.